When Tesla unveiled the Model S back in 2012, it didn't just introduce another electric car to the market. It fundamentally changed the automotive landscape, proving that electric vehicles could be fast, luxurious, and practical all at once. Now, 14 years later, the 2026 Tesla Model S arrives with a fresh facelift and improvements that remind us why this sedan remains one of the most compelling electric vehicles on the road today. Let's be honest, the Model S is no longer the undisputed champion it once was. The luxury electric vehicle segment has matured dramatically, with formidable competitors from BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, and Lucid Motors all vying for your attention and your dollars. But here's the thing, the 2026 Model S still has plenty of fight left in it, especially when it comes to the metrics that matter most to electric vehicle buyers: range, performance, and technology. Starting at $96,630 for the base model and reaching $111,630 for the mind-bending Plaid variant, the 2026 Model S positions itself firmly in the luxury electric sedan category. The question is, does it deliver luxury credentials to match that price tag? The answer is complicated, but let's dive into what makes this updated Model S tick. For 2026, Tesla has given the Model S a thoughtful refresh. It's not a complete redesign, but rather a series of strategic improvements that address some of the car's weaknesses while enhancing its strengths. There's a new frost blue paint color that looks absolutely stunning in person. More importantly, Tesla has added additional sound deadening throughout the cabin, addressing one of the long-standing criticisms of the Model S experience. The wheels have been redesigned with aerodynamics in mind, helping to squeeze out a few extra miles of range. Speaking of which, the standard Model S now boasts an EPA estimated range of 410 miles on a single charge. That's up from 402 miles in the previous model year. It might not sound like a massive jump, but in the world of electric vehicles, every mile counts, especially on those long road trips. Tesla has also added a front-facing camera to the vehicle, improving the suite of driver assistance features. The adaptive headlights are new for 2026, and there's dynamic lighting along the dash and door cards that illuminate when you enter the vehicle. It's a nice touch that adds a bit of ambiance to the cabin experience. The Model S Plaid receives its own exterior styling updates, which Tesla claims will enhance high-speed stability. Given that the Plaid can reach truly ridiculous speeds, any improvement in stability is welcome. But let's talk about what really sets the 2026 Model S apart: its powertrain options. The base Model S comes equipped with electric motors powering both the front and rear axles, delivering full-time all-wheel drive and a combined output of 670 horsepower. Yes, you read that correctly. The base model makes 670 horses. In any other context, that would be considered a high-performance power plant. Here, it's just the starting point. A 2020 Model S that Car and Driver tested hit 60 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds. The current base model should deliver similar performance, which is absolutely blistering by any standard. This is a large luxury sedan that can embarrass sports cars at every stoplight. The acceleration is violent, immediate, and addictive. There's no turbo lag, no transmission to hunt for deers, just instantaneous torque delivery that pins you to your seat. Then there's the Plaid. Oh, the Plaid. With 3 electric motors and 1,020 horsepower, the Model S Plaid is quite simply one of the fastest production sedans ever built. In testing, it reached 60 miles per hour in just 2.1 seconds. Let that sink in. 2.1 seconds. It hits 100 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds and covers the quarter mile in 9.4 seconds at 151 miles per hour. These are numbers that belong to 6-figure supercars, not 4-door family sedans. The Plaid's performance is so extreme that it almost becomes absurd in real-world use. When will you ever need to accelerate from 0 to 60 in 2.1 seconds? Probably never. But there's something intoxicating about having that capability at your disposal. It's like owning a piece of science fiction. The Plaid makes virtually every other car on the road feel slow by comparison. However, all that performance comes at a cost. While the base Model S offers 410 miles of range, the Plaid's range drops to between 309 and 368 miles, depending on configuration. In real-world highway testing at 75 miles per hour, a Plaid managed 300 miles of range. That's still respectable, but it's a reminder that physics doesn't play favorites, even for Tesla. Speaking of range, the only EV sedan that can match or exceed the Model S is the Lucid Air, with high-end models offering up to 512 miles on a single charge. That's genuinely impressive, but the Lucid comes with its own set of compromises and a higher price point for those extended range variants. Charging the Model S is straightforward, especially if you have access to Tesla's extensive supercharger network. The car is capable of DC fast charging at up to 250 kilowatts. In testing, a Model S went from 10% charge to 90% charge in just 37 minutes. That's about as long as it takes to grab lunch and stretch your legs on a road trip. The average charging rate during that session was 122 kilowatts, which is excellent. When it comes to efficiency, the standard Model S delivers 132 mpge in the city and 116 mpge on the highway. The Plaid is less efficient, returning 108 mpge city and 99 mpge highway. In real-world highway testing at 75 miles per hour, the Plaid achieved 101 mpge. For context, mpge stands for miles per gallon of gas equivalent, an EPA metric that estimates electric vehicle fuel efficiency. Now let's talk about the driving experience. The Model S has always been positioned as a sports sedan, and while it's certainly quick in a straight line, the handling dynamics have been somewhat eclipsed by newer competitors over the years. The suspension provides a comfortable ride, and the car is composed on the highway, with the silent electric powertrain creating a serene, tranquil environment. Tesla offers two steering settings, heavy and light. Unfortunately, neither provides particularly meaningful feedback from the road. The Model S feels competent and confidence-inspiring, but it doesn't communicate with the driver the way a BMW or Porsche does. This is a capable daily driver that happens to be incredibly fast, rather than a true driver's car. Then there's the optional yoke steering wheel. Tesla offers this aircraft-style rectangular yoke as an alternative to a traditional round steering wheel. In theory, it looks futuristic and cool. In practice, it's awkward and problematic, especially when parking or maneuvering in tight spaces. Hand-over-hand steering becomes a challenge with the yoke, and most drivers will find it more hindrance than help. Fortunately, Tesla offers a regular round steering wheel at no additional cost, and that's absolutely the option we'd recommend. Let's address the elephant in the room: luxury. At prices starting above $96,000, buyers have every right to expect a genuinely luxurious interior. This is where the Model S's age really shows. The cabin is nice enough, with clean lines and a minimalist aesthetic that some people absolutely love, but it's not nearly as plush or refined as what you'll find in a BMW i5 or Mercedes-Benz EQE. The materials are good, but they don't feel special. The build quality is solid, but there are occasional fit and finish quirks that wouldn't be acceptable in a similarly priced German sedan. The centerpiece of the interior is the massive 17-inch central touchscreen that controls almost every vehicle function. If you're a technophile, you'll probably love this approach. Everything is accessible through the screen, from climate controls to seat adjustments to navigation. But there are some ergonomic issues. Depending on your seating position, you may need to lean forward to reach certain icons, particularly those near the top right of the display. It's not a deal breaker, but it's a reminder that touchscreens aren't always the answer to every interface challenge. Unlike the less expensive Model 3, the Model S does provide a secondary display for the gauge cluster directly in the driver's line of sight, which is helpful. There's also a small touchpad in the rear seat for backseat passengers to control their climate and entertainment settings. One notable omission: the Model S still doesn't support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You're locked into Tesla's ecosystem, for better or worse. Practicality is one area where the Model S genuinely excels. The sloped roofline cleverly conceals a rear liftgate that opens to reveal a cavernous 26 cubic feet of trunk. In testing, Car and Driver managed to fit 8 carry-on-size suitcases in the trunk without folding down the rear seats. Add in the 3 cubic feet front trunk, and you have 65 cubic feet of total cargo capacity behind the front seats. That's genuinely impressive for a sedan. Small item storage is less impressive, especially in the back seat, where cubby space is limited. However, there's a large underfloor storage bin in the rear cargo area that helps compensate for this shortcoming. The rear seats are comfortable enough for adults on shorter trips, though taller passengers might find headroom a bit tight due to the sloped roofline. Safety and driver assistance features are comprehensive, though Tesla's marketing sometimes oversells the capabilities. The Model S comes standard with autopilot, which is essentially an adaptive cruise control system with lane centering capability. It works well on highways, but requires constant driver attention and isn't the autonomous driving system that the name suggests. A more advanced, enhanced autopilot package is available that adds automatic lane changing and automatic parking features. Then there's Tesla's full self-driving option, which has been repeatedly touted by the company, but in real-world use still requires constant driver supervision and intervention. It's an impressive driver assistance system, but it's not truly autonomous, despite what the name suggests. Standard safety features include automated emergency braking and lane departure warning. The Model S hasn't been recently tested by NHTSA or IIHS with the latest updates, but previous versions have performed well in crash tests. Tesla's warranty coverage is competitive with other luxury brands. The limited warranty covers 4 years or 50,000 miles, whichever comes first. The powertrain warranty is particularly strong, with 8 years with unlimited miles, which should provide peace of mind for the battery pack and electric motors. However, unlike BMW, Tesla doesn't offer complimentary scheduled maintenance, which is a point worth considering. So, should you buy a 2026 Tesla Model S? The answer depends on what you value most in a luxury electric sedan. If outright performance and maximum range are your priorities, the Model S makes a compelling case. The base model, with its 410 miles of range and 670 horsepower, offers tremendous value. The Plaid, while incredibly fast, represents diminishing returns unless you absolutely must have hypercar performance in sedan form. The Model S is no longer the undisputed king of electric sedans, but it remains a formidable contender that delivers where it counts most: range, performance, and practicality. It's not the most luxurious option in its price range, and the minimalist interior won't appeal to everyone. But as a daily driver that can cover serious distances on a single charge while delivering thrilling performance, the 2026 Tesla Model S still has plenty to offer. After 14 years, this electric pioneer continues to evolve and compete with the very competitors it inspired.